House of Tudor, I give to you Catherine of Aragon.
I actually think that's what's really exciting about this show, is that we've seen the story of Henry VIII 100 times over from the perspective of him being Henry VIII and his tyrannical rule. And Catherine's always been a kind of like footnote of a dowdy barren wife that he was first married to, but really is just the kind of the preamble to Anne Boleyn. So I was really excited to get to see a period of history that we know really well, but a perspective that we don't know at all. Like, no one has ever, like, we don't know the story of Catherine when she was 17, and she was this really amazing, strong, powerful woman that was the daughter of the two most powerful monarchs the world has ever known.
That's a line from the show.
But also the truth. So that was really exciting, that I got to tell that story and flip the narrative of what we've seen a lot of.
And like the journey that she had and how much she had to leave behind for her duty, I guess, is just craziness.
Yeah.
Like she has to be, she just gives up her whole life, basically.
Yeah, she's been brought up in this Spanish court. And Ferdinand and Isabella, really, they were like a really genuine love match, and also an equally weighted power match. Ferdinand was this kind of like incredible politician, and Isabella she was like an amazing warrior. And so she's brought up in this like climate of equality and strong women and power, and everything is light and rich and opulent. And she comes to England and it's cold and rainy and has to find new feet, and she manages to do that. And I think that's a pretty amazing, it's an immigrant story really, and it's about a young girl reclaiming her identity for herself.
May I introduce Prince Henry?
Harry. People call me Harry.
Thank you for your welcome, Prince Harry.
We don't often see a young Harry either.
No, you don't often see young Harry. And I'm Irish, so the idea of investigating English royalty was somewhat difficult for me initially, but eventually you realize that Harry was a soft musician who loved poetry and was deeply, deeply in love with his brother's wife. And he's not just a tyrannical despot that I would have thought of most kings, and especially him. So I got to explore his teenage soft years and do something that I hadn't seen on screen before, which is going to always be interesting.
And he was genuinely in love with her in history. Like, they were married for 24 years. I think people forget that because they just remember him as this...
Yeah, 24 years is a long time.
It's a long time.
And he really tried to make it work, but he needed his progeny.
I'm sorry.
Well, you should be. I'm sorry about Anne Boleyn.
Awkward.
It seems like, from what I'm hearing from you guys, it sounds like you've done some historical research, like
Loads.
know a little bit. Was that, how did that come about? Were you just like, I'm going to read a bunch of books now that I got this role?
Yeah, I'm a real geek. Like, the jobs I like doing most are when I get to study. Like, that's my favorite thing ever. So I was really excited because I got to go back and like revisit this whole area of history.
Like being back in school again,
yeah.
Except, you were being paid. It was great.
It was amazing.
And you get to go to like places that are actually time appropriate.
Exactly,
yeah.
And dress up in the costumes and really live the life. And it's a really fascinating period of history. I think we're so lucky in this show that we're not trying to like jazz up or like make it more exciting. The period of history that we have been given.
No, the events are all there.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Like, the story is incredible. So that's a gift as an actor, because we hope we can't go.
You normally have to make up a lot of drama, but it's all there. And crazy, crazy things happen in these people's lives.
Yeah.
Tragedies, victories, and it was just a fascinating thing to be involved in.
I must return to Spain.
I'm coming for you.
Catherine, I don't want you to go.
But you are his brother's widow. It is forbidden.
I came here to marry the future King of England, and that is what I'll do.
She didn't have an easy time of life, I don't think. Like, she was a real pawn. Like, there's a decent amount of tragedy that happens to her in this show, but that also happened to her in real life, and she really struggled. And so that's fascinating for me as an actress, because there's so much emotional depth, and experience and challenge that this character has to overcome, and that's a gift as an actor because you get to do loads of acting.
Yeah, and in playing the man who becomes Henry VIII, you get to see the suffering that he went through and the tragedies that crafted him into being, you know,
Yeah, so before he was
tyrannical
famous.
despot as well.
So,
If you challenge me, I shall defeat you.